Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is Daily Trade Analysis with a quick market update for today, November 7th, Tuesday. Today, as I was mentioning yesterday, we don't have either any economic data, but Feds continue talking. And let's see what they said. Real quick, Fed's Waller said that prices probably won't go back to pre-pandemic levels. Bad news for the consumers. And Fed Logan right now said that inflation readings look like they are trending towards 3%, not the 2% that the Fed has as target. Bad news for the outlook because as everyone is expecting, Fed's mandate is to bring back down inflation to the 2%, not the 3%. So Fed Waller saying that prices won't go back to pre-pandemic, and inflation readings from local saying that they are turning towards 3, looks like the future in 2024 and 2023 in 2025 looks a little bit darker than everyone is expecting. So let's see what happens, but they are saying really interesting things, not for the short term, but for the long term. Pay attention to that. More news. In terms of earnings, we got Uber and we got, let me check, UBS. So UBS really rising 3% because they see strong underlying profit. UBS, financial sector, really interesting, trying to push higher. And also, we got Uber. We are going to see that in the charts right now. So first, Uber, as they were saying, look at this, 3.72%. Uber really pushing on earnings, 41% beat on EPS. Big time break. And UBS 2.28%, despite the low EPS, they are bringing 10% in revenue. And I think UBS is really trending. Look at this daily. And I think financial sectors is red today. Look at this. Is really red. And Goldman Sachs and UBS are the ones in the green only. So that is bringing back the S&Ps, is pulling down the S&Ps more than I was liking, really. But look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq is really pushing higher. This is today's candle. Instead of, as I was mentioning yesterday, pull back to the 15,000, 14,950 in this pivot, we are just squeezing higher. And this is a dangerous area. You just can't go long, net long up here. You can maybe add if you are with your average price down here, for example, or even down here. But up here, it's not a good place to go long or net long. So be really careful today because I think retails are really pushing. We got on the 30-minute chart, look at this. We are, let's remove this trend from yesterday. Look at this. We are one time framing, higher, leaving gaps in the candles of the 30-minute chart. We pull back down here and we squeeze higher. And look at this interesting setup on the 1 hour. The 1 hour big bullish candle. We got the opportunity to break the daily pivot at 15,400. And this daily, oh boy, I didn't expect to really continue higher. I wanted to wait for a nice pullback into a big breakout. So right now, it's super tricky and sketchy setup. As I was saying, this is not a good risk-reward ratio up here to go net long. Be really careful. Don't lose to FOMO. Dollar, it's trying to bounce more than expected. Treasuries are pushing higher, everything looks good, yields are pulling back, but small caps, IWM, and financial sector is not pushing. That's why the ES, it's 0.25. It's not pushing as hard as the Nasdaq. So Amazon, Meta, Apple, Microsoft, they are pushing the market up, the Nasdaq. But if we check the RSP, the equal weighted ETF for the S&P, is just in the red, minus 0.23. And we are continuing seeing not every part of the market is continuing, is following the tech sector. This is the 200-day moving average, the percent of stocks about that, and we are just at 35. We were down here at 23, really good spot to buy the small caps, but we are pulling back again. So today is not a good day to go net long. At resistance on the NQ, this is big resistance. This is not your regular resistance. So be really careful because I think shorts are trying to go here. We might see a squeeze by that, but that's low probability setup in my opinion. Right now we are seeing big pullback below both the 45 and the 200 on the 1 minute. We got our opportunity up here. We were trying to push higher on the 15,400, but a lot of resistance was, I think this was distribution. So be really careful into the afternoon because we might see this kind of pullback down here towards this gap that we already tested. So be careful. Today is really, really tricky. And I think that's all. We are going to see tomorrow Jerome Powell speaking. Let's check. So tomorrow, November, we have at 10:15 Jerome Powell speech. First, we'll have the NBA 30-year mortgage 1 hour and a half before, but the big one is this Fed Powell speech. So be patient because in the afternoon, again, more Feds talking. Be disciplined and wait for your best trading locations. This is not your best trading location up here. If you are looking for this is not a good risk reward ratio. So let me tell you, trust me, wait for better locations, wait for pullbacks, or even wait for tomorrow. If Powell said something that markets like, we are going to move better with a better price action that we did today. So that's what I'm waiting. So as always, if you found this video useful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the subscribers. If you didn't check my weekly recap video on Saturday, please give it a check. It's really, really important to see the information in that video. So I highly recommend you check that out. And as always, if you had a nice trading day, congratulations. I'm trying to put a lot of effort in these videos, trying to teach you what I learned during all these years trading these markets, finding correlations with other markets to really have an edge on trading the Nasdaq. Sometimes I did pretty well. Some other times I find it sketchy, like today is really tricky. We are pushing too much, too far, I think, too quick. I would like to have a pullback towards the end of the week. So that's what I recommend. Be patient. Discipline and risk management are key for success. So stay safe, everyone, and see you tomorrow.